viewers, a warm welcome to all of you in today's episode of our weekly magazine series, Youth Folio. These are unprecedented and hard times. While most of us stayed at home adhering to the lockdown rules and regulations, doctors, nurses and healthcare professionals stepped out, risked their own lives to save others. Unfortunately, some of them were attacked in certain parts of the country. The government stepped in, amended the Epidemics Diseases Act 1897 to protect the medical professionals. Our report follows. During the current COVID-19 pandemic, while most people stayed at home adhering to lockdown orders, doctors, nurses and healthcare workers had to work day and night exposing themselves to the virus and risking their own lives to save others. Nonetheless, there have been unfortunate instances of members of healthcare services being attacked by miscreants at several places. Some people with blinkered vision perceived them as carriers of the virus, stigmatized them, and even wreaked violence on them and their properties. To protect these selfless corona warriors, the Government of India on the 22nd of April issued an ordinance amending the Epidemic Diseases Act 1897. Under this amended act, violence against healthcare professionals will invite non-bailable imprisonment of up to 7 years and fine up to Rs 5 lakh. Besides, damaging the property of healthcare professionals will invite payment of compensation to the victims and fine of twice the value of damaged properties. It must be mentioned that in addition, several state governments too have enacted special laws to offer protection to medical personnel. The medical fraternity and well-meaning individuals from across the country, including from every state of the Northeast, have condemned these attacks and praised the government for speedy amendment of the Act directed at preventing such despicable harassment of healthcare workers.
I, on behalf of all the doctors, healthcare workers of Manipur, would like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji from the bottom of our hearts for passing the ordinance to punish the culprits who misbehave against the corona warriors. In this time of corona war, we are all facing a lot of problems. In above that, if our public is not supporting the corona warriors, we feel so down and we are feeling so helpless. So during this time, our Honorable Prime Minister has passed this ordinance to punish them for imprisonment of up to 7 years with a fine of up to 5 lakhs.
We all know that the doctors, nurses, medical team, policemen and sanitization staffs are the most important pillars of the society. They are preserving our life and health, especially at the wake of this global health crisis as we are facing due to COVID-19. That's why they are collectively called as the Corona Warriors. However, some individuals have misbehaved or attacked these Corona Warriors. But I must praise and thank the Government of India, who is showing great sensitivity towards such injustice towards these corona warriors by making strict legal and criminal provisions of imprisonment up to 7 years and a fine of 5 lakhs on the accused.
We have come to know that our colleagues, healthcare workers, especially doctors, paramedics, nurses and also as well as the police are getting beaten up when they are on duty. So this is totally unacceptable. These people are working day in and day out to protect the people of India. So I think we have to show some respect to them. Very welcoming sign to hear that the Government of India has passed an ordinance protecting the people who are working for especially the healthcare workers who are working for COVID-19 patients. This will act a great way in helping the healthcare professionals in their line of work.
Recently, the Union Cabinet had approved an ordinance regarding the violence and harassment against doctors, nurses, and other healthcare providers. Such ordinance is most appreciable step taken up by the central government. During this pandemic situation of COVID-19, such ordinance will prevent violence and harassment against healthcare workers in combating COVID-19.
I strongly condemn that the attacks to the doctors, nurses, paramedical staffs who are engaged in the frontline workers of COVID-19 patients by some peoples of our country. I am very happy to learn that an ordinance was passed by the government of India to protect the doctors, nurses, paramedical staffs who are engaged in COVID-19 patients.
Additionally, the central government has also extended insurance cover of Rs 50 lakh for health workers fighting COVID-19 in all government hospitals and healthcare centers in the center, state or union territories under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan package. The insurance will cover not only government doctors and nurses but also Safai Karmacharis, ward boys, Asha workers, paramedics, technicians and other health workers. Approximately 22 lakh health workers across the country will get this insurance cover. This move too has met with hearty applause from the medical fraternity.
It is reassuring to learn our government has passed an ordinance for the safety of healthcare professionals. We are also thankful for the life insurance scheme the government has introduced to aid the heroes who have sacrificed their life in this battle.
I think the recent ordinance that was passed by the union government was very timely because the security and the safety of the health workers are very important, and therefore I think it was a very welcome decision made by the government.
Meanwhile, general public has been advised not to give ear to unnecessary rumors and fake news regarding COVID-19, but log on to the website of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for authentic news, guidance and help. Small state Tripura has been declared COVID-free with the state's second patient, a TSR Jawan, being released fit and fine from the hospital. This apart, relief is being distributed by the government, non-governmental agencies as well as security forces. Our report follows. Small state Tripura declared itself coronavirus free on the 24th of April after the state's second COVID-19 patient, a Jawan of the Tripura State Rifles or TSR, Satish Kumar, was discharged with much fanfare and clapping by rows of health workers. The 13th Battalion TSR Jawan, who tested negative after 2 consecutive tests, was taken in an ambulance to be kept under 14 days quarantine as per protocol.
Total sample collected 4031, total sample tested 3512, sample positive chilo 2, now it is nil.
Help to the needy, which is another aspect of combating the ill effects of COVID virus 2, is seeing good efforts in the state. Recently, the 124th Battalion of the CRPF, based at Salbagan, Agartala, arranged community assistance camp at Bojjang Nagar under their Civic Action Program and distributed dry rations for 2 weeks, including rice, pulses, soya bean, edible oils, spices, salt, masks, hand gloves, sanitizers, etc. The CRPF has distributed rations to a total of 650 families of the state in these COVID times, with promises to continue such donations.
इस लॉकडाउन में जो गरीब लोग हैं उनको बहुत ज़्यादा परेशानी है, बाज़ार बंद हैं, वो सामान नहीं खरीद सकते हैं, तो हम लोगों ने ये एक छोटा सा एफर्ट किया है जिससे कि जो लोग गरीब भी हैं, परेशान हैं, लॉकडाउन में बाहर नहीं जा सकते हैं, कुछ पैसे की भी प्रॉब्लम है, सामान वगैरह नहीं खरीद सकते हैं, उनके लिए हमने ये व्यवस्था किया है कि हम उनको एक कम से कम 10-12 दिन का जो राशन है उसकी व्यवस्था की है, मास्क्स दिए हैं, हैंड सैनिटाइजर्स दिए हैं और जो खाने के जो भी ज़रूरी सामान है, आटा, दाल, चावल इत्यादि, ये सब इनको दिया है। और हम यही उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये जो हमने एक छोटा सा एफर्ट किया है इससे लोगों को फ़ायदा होगा और ये एफर्ट्स हमने और भी बाकी डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में किए हैं। और सीआरपी की तरफ से ये कहते हुए मुझे बहुत गर्व है कि हमने इसी लास्ट करीबन 15 दिन के अंदर 650 फैमिलीज़ 650 फैमिलीज़ अलग अलग डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में उनको इसी प्रकार से हमने उनकी असिस्टेंस या एड में हम लोग गए हैं.
Additionally, people living in the border areas just outside the border fence with Bangladesh too were helped. In normal days too, these people mostly depend on the Indian side for fulfillment of their daily needs. The BSF posted in the border area have stipulated fixed time when the border gates are opened regularly for people to come in for work or for buying essential commodities. However, after lockdown was announced, the gates also were sealed and people living in the other side had to face lots of difficulties. To help these people, BSF, at the initiative of local MLA Surajit Datta, distributed free rice and potatoes to the poor people living across the border after a thorough checking of their I-cards. People entering the Indian side had to mandatorily also wash their hands with soap and water first. Additionally, the ration dealer of the area was also roped in to provide atta, pulses and sugar at minimal rates. The ration dealer added up to this service by giving puffed rice or muri and soap to the people free of cost. Tripura shares 856 km border with Bangladesh.
এখানে উদ্দেশ্য হলো তার জালের ওই পারে যারা কৃষক ভাইরা দরিদ্র ভাইরা ওখানে আছেন ভাই বোনরা মারা পিতারা তাদেরকে খাওয়ার অসুবিধা হচ্ছিল আমি চাল আলু পাঠিয়েছি কিন্তু পর্যাপ্ত পরিমাণে নয় তাই এখন রেশন ডিলারকে এখানে নিয়ে এসেছি ওনার মাধ্যমে চাল ডাল দেওয়া হচ্ছে আটা দেওয়া হচ্ছে চাল ফ্রি 2 মাসের যারা নেয় নাই এটা ফ্রি 1 মাসের যারা নিয়েছে তাদের 1 মাসের ফ্রি কিন্তু ডাল আটা চিনি এগুলি পয়সা দিয়ে কিনতে হচ্ছে ন্যায্য মূল্যে
Manipur celebrated Khongjom Day recently, albeit keeping in view the safety measures required under the present pandemic situation. Our report. Manipur has been celebrating Khongjom Day on the 23rd of April every year as tribute to brave martyrs of Anglo-Manipur War of 1891. This year too, a row of vehicles made way to the Khongjom War Memorial atop Kheba Hills in Thoubal district, about 35 kilometers away from state capital Imphal, to uphold the bravery of the Manipuri soldiers who had valiantly fought the British. All the dignitaries, including Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, his cabinet colleagues, Chief Secretary Suresh Babu, and top officials of the security forces, took turn to lay wreaths in the memory of the brave soldiers, both at the memorial atop the hills, on the foot of Martyr Pauna Brajabashi's statue, both of which are major tourist attractions of the state. Tarpan was also performed by all the dignitaries in the Khongjom rivulet nearby. Each visitor wore masks and sanitized their hands as per safety directives. There was no crowd this year.
The Khongjom Day is celebrated every year on 23rd April by Government of Manipur to pay tribute to the war heroes of Anglo-Manipur War 1891 who had sacrificed their lives fighting against the British to protect freedom of Manipur.
We will go in for a very short break here. Stay with us, we will be right back. First was a complete monthly magazine of the Northeast read by who's who of the land, packaging news and current affairs, sports, culture, festivals, achievers, life in metro and lots more. Buy the magazine today from stalls across the Northeast and New Delhi at ₹50 per copy or subscribe for 12 issues by paying ₹550 online. For details, contact 98101 29327. Yumna Mamota Devi of Manipur is one of the first lady bodybuilders of the country. She showed us some exercises one can follow at home to prevent putting on weight during the lockdown time. She is a woman of immense power, one of India's first women bodybuilders. But seeing Yumna Mamota Devi today, who would fathom that once she was a svelte model in her home state Manipur? When she decided to switch careers, she was 33 and had 3 children and, according to her, a lot of body fat. However, as they say, where there is a will, there are ways. She exercised and won a series of awards, including 3 bronze medals at World Bodybuilding Championships starting from 2012, 2 golds, 1 silver and 2 bronzes at Asian Bodybuilding Championships, and 5 medals from national meets. With the cash money she earned, she has started 2 gymnasiums in Delhi, where she now lives.
लाइफ में बहुत बुरा मुश्किल भी आया, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम भी आया था, बोल नहीं सकती, बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किलें मैंने फेस किया अपनी इसी अभी तक में, लेकिन मैंने अपने कंट्री के बारे में नेशनल एंथेम गा के सब ने रेस्पेक्ट दिया था। वो अजीब सा मोमेंट है, जैसे मेरा एग्ज़ाम पास होके जो खुश होता है ना, उससे बढ़कर बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया।
The lockdown, however, has put a lock on the gymnasiums, but Mamota Devi is not one to sit idle. She is spending her time in exercising, besides cooking healthy meals for her family and watching movies. She says exercises help one to remain positive and avoid depression.
कुछ खाना पीना जो भी पहले हमें हाथ अच्छे से धोने, बार बार धो के सैनिटाइजर करने चाहिए, और घर की सफाई कर रही हूँ, घर का काम कर रही हूँ लॉकडाउन के अंदर। जो मैंने पहले बहुत टाइम पहले किया था, अभी दोबारा वही शेड्यूल में आ गई। और अभी मैं बताना चाहती हूँ, ऐसे रोज़ खाया पिया, सफाई किया, साफ क्लीन किया, उसके अलावा हमें थोड़ा सा अपने लोगों के बीच में हमारे आपस में थोड़ा सा हेल्दी आने के लिए हम सबको स्ट्रॉन्ग रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है। इसलिए थोड़ा सा घर के अंदर थोड़ा सा वर्कआउट, फ्री हैंड एक्सरसाइज थोड़ा सा मैं करना पड़ता है। इसलिए मैं सबको भी मोटिवेशन करा रही हूँ, इसी वक्त पे मन को मना के थोड़ा सा फ्री हैंड एक्सरसाइज में जारी रखती हूँ।
Mamota showed us some exercises for normal professionals and housewives who want to avoid putting on weight, especially due to reduction of physical activity and outings owing to the lockdown. The lockdown and gloom spread by COVID pandemic could not stop people of Assam from singing and dancing, albeit in their homes during Bihu time. Our report follows.
পিছেবাৰৰ বিহুতিত ঘৰতে বহি থাকি ঐ বোলো যেতিয়ালে কোভিড-19 ভেকচিন যে নুলাই।
This song by Assamese singer Padmanabh Bordoloi epitomizes the Bihu feeling and message of the present COVID-inflicted time. Lockdown due to the pandemic, celebrities and common people of Assam took recourse to singing and dancing in their drawing rooms and balconies. Singer Zubin Garg said he is working on a new album. Singer Jeena Rajkumari played the pipa and sang. Jayanta Sonowal sang while his young daughter danced. Actress Madhurima Chaudhary danced, and so on. Celebrities and commoners all wished and conveyed messages from the confines of their homes.
সমগ্ৰ বিশ্বজুৰি মহামাৰী ৰূপ ধাৰণ কৰা কৰোনা ভাইৰাছৰ এই সন্ধিক্ষণত প্ৰত্যেকেই সুৰক্ষিত হৈ থাকক, নিজৰ ঘৰত থাকক, নিজৰ স্বাস্থ্যৰ যত্ন লওক। ৰঙালী বিহুৰ এই মিঠা ৰঙীন সময়খিনিত প্ৰায় 100টা পৰিয়ালক মোৰ কিঞ্চিত সাধ্য অনুসাৰে খাদ্য সামগ্ৰী যোগান ধৰি তেওঁলোকৰ সেই হাঁহিটিৰ মাজত এই ৰঙালীৰ ৰংখিনিক উপভোগ কৰাৰ চেষ্টা কৰিছোঁ।
লকডাউনৰ সময়ত ঘৰতে আছোঁ, ঘৰতে সমূহ পৰিয়ালৰ লগতে মই বিহু উদযাপন কৰিছোঁ আৰু বিহু বুলিনো কি গাম, অকণমান বিহুকে ভাবি গাই দিছোঁ।
এই বছৰ বহাগক ৰঙালী বিহু কৰি তোলাৰ পৰিস্থিতিত নাই, পৰিস্থিতিৰ দাস। আমি সমগ্ৰ বিশ্ব বৰ্তমান COVID-19ৰ ত্ৰাসত। এইবাৰ আমাৰ চাৰিওকাষে থকা যিসকল পৰিস্থিতিৰ কবলত পৰি, সময়ৰ কবলত পৰি অভাৱত কটাব লগা হৈছে, তেওঁলোক দৰিদ্ৰ নহয়, কিন্তু তেওঁলোক অভাৱত দিন কটাব লগা হৈছে, কাৰণ তেওঁলোকে দৈনন্দিন কাম কাজত ওলাই যাব পৰা নাই। আহক সামৰ্থ্য অনুসাৰে তেনে কেইটিমান পৰিয়ালক সহায় কৰোঁ আৰু এইবাৰ বিহু এনেকৈয়ে পালন কৰোঁ।
In Nagaland, the police force, including male and female personnel, sang out prayer songs on the Dimapur streets while maintaining social distance and giving out messages to the public. Well, viewers, we have to wrap up our episode here as we've absolutely run out of our episode time. Do video shoot your lockdown experiences and WhatsApp it to us at 98101 29327. You could also email us at youth_folio@yahoo.com. 3 best entries will win mobile recharges of ₹500 each from us. See you all next Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on DD Assam. You could also watch our earlier episodes on YouTube. Until next week, take very good care of yourselves, wash your hands frequently and wear your masks.